Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can hire like a pro. Now, when it comes to hiring, of course, you might go into certain sites like LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Indeed, which is all fine. And you might find some good quality applicants in there, but it just takes a lot of work and then B, a lot of digging. So for example, you put out an application and then it's all text-based form as well, which I don't like. Like there's very limited information and people just kind of like roll through the actual job requirement description and they'll just try to like mass apply as many places as they can. So my thing was like, okay, I want to create a system where I don't get A, the mass appliers, and B, people who are actually intentional to work for your specific company. And not just people who are just kind of like filling out forms for fun. And then once you text them and reach them out, they don't even know which company it is. Even though you tell them your name and everything, and they're like, hey, can you just remind me what you guys do a little bit? That tells me that they've been applying for like 500 different positions, from a cook all the way to an operations manager in an engineering company. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the exact system I use using Facebook ads and what you need to do to make sure and what you need to build to make sure that you're getting quality applicants to your door, basically. So the system is going to eliminate pretty much all the time wasters and make sure that you're only spending time with quality applicants. And the best part is like, you don't even have to look through applications. Like this is just something, as soon as this whole process is automated, you just have to take meetings and then you can just look at applications on those specific meetings. That's literally all you have to do. So without further ado, let me just, or pen and pad over here, and let me just kind of like walk you through the whole process. So whenever it comes to like finding this one person, so let's say, you know, we have a group of a couple of people over here, and then you want to find this specific individual on a mass group of not qualified people. You want to find this qualified individual to work for your company. How do you do that? So of course, one method you can do is like, you can use a source like ZipRecruiter over here. Now the thing with a site like ZipRecruiter is it's all text-based. Text-based, same with Indeed. And same with LinkedIn. All of these are text-based, meaning people just look at pieces of information on a screen and then make a decision, which 9 out of 10 times is like they'll make a decision because it's just generic information. They scroll through it and they'll just apply. So what you want to do is like, you want to create a funnel. Now, if you've been running ads in the past, you kind of like know how a funnel works. You basically take a prospect, you show them the ad, you show them a landing page in VSL, you take him through like a qualifier form, you show them a thank you page, and then you basically have a qualified prospects at the end of that funnel. So same thing we're going to do, but for hiring now. So whenever it comes to hiring, and especially whenever it comes to hiring abroad as well, this is going to be extremely useful for your case as well. So a couple of tools and softwares we're going to be using for this, and it's going to be extremely simple to set up. And if you do want me to make a video on a step-by-step how to set this up as well, I'm talking about the technical part, I can make that as well. So the number one thing you need to do is make sure that you have a Facebook ads account. Okay, perfect. You have an ads account. You have a Zapier account. Now this might not be as important, but I'll just show you how you can make things kind of like a little easier. And some people freak out when it comes to Zapier. It's literally the easiest thing you can do. Just watch a couple of YouTube videos on how to use Zapier and you'll literally be fine. That's all you have to do. Ads account, Zapier, and then maybe 2Chat. Now, if you're not familiar with 2Chat, this is where basically it's kind of like a WhatsApp automation tool. It connects to your WhatsApp, and if you don't have a WhatsApp, just get a WhatsApp, because everybody, apart from the United States, like everybody uses WhatsApp, so you need to have a WhatsApp. Have a WhatsApp connected to 2Chat, and it's pretty simple. Now, these two, theoretically, you can skip. If you wanted to, you can skip, but I'm just telling you my exact setup, so you can pretty much kind of like replicate this if you want. So we have the ads account, we have the Zapier account, we have the 2Chat, and we also have let's say in this case, we also have a very brief landing page. So these are the only things that you need. So as long as you can get this set up, you can pretty much put the pieces together, and I'll tell you how to do that as well. And then you'll have pretty much qualified prospects when it comes to the hiring side of things on your bench all the time for you to pretty much reach out to them, because people are looking for good places to work as well. That's the thing about hiring, is like a good person over here, like who's super qualified on every single metrics, is over here. And then you're over here as well. Like this is you on a box format. You're looking for this person. You're looking for this individual, but like you don't know where to find this person, and this person doesn't know where to find you. Like you guys, like this person's basically over here and you're over here too. And then meanwhile, you're looking for this person, you're looking through all of these people. So it kind of like becomes a mess. So you want to make sure that this person has the opportunity to pretty much reach out to you directly. So what you're going to do is like, you're going to create a video ad. You can also create an image ad if you want. Image ads do work well, but it all depends on the complexity of the position. If the position is super complex, you have to make sure that you create a video and then you pretty much tell the person what the requirements are, what exact responsibilities are they going to be, what it's in it for them. And basically you're making like a video pitch. So of course, I know you're like, people have this ego on them whenever they're hiring is like, you should come work for me because I'm going to give you money. But whenever it comes to certain positions, and I just treat this with every position, my thing is like, I want to sell you why you should come work for me and my company. And then on their side, I just want to see if they're qualified to work with us. That's it. And if they're a competent individual, that's all I want to check. And then I'll be selling, of course, my company to them. I'm like, hey, you should work with me because of XYZ reasons, because we do this, and this is where we need help in. And we need your help on specifically on doing these specific tasks. Can you do that? If yes, then this is our pretty much kind of like a pitch to you. This is our offer. Can we shake hands on it? And then from there, of course, you can do the interview and whatever your process is after that, you can bring them on board. So over here, you have the video and image. And of course, I already told you, depending on the actual complexity of the hire that you're making, it's going to be either one of these. So from here, you're not going to go to a landing page. You're going to go to a Facebook form. Now, this Facebook form is going to have anywhere between, depending on the position again, this could have anywhere between 3 to 8 questions. All the requirements you have, you're going to put within these questions. So for example, if you're looking for full-time or part-time. So for example, let's say your requirements are you need somebody full-time. You're going to do a conditional logic form then. So you're going to turn the conditional logic form on. Conditional logic form on. Basically what conditional logic is like, if somebody picks so let's say the question is, can you work full time? And the options are yes and no. As soon as they click no, the form just closes. They can't even proceed forward. If they click yes, they can proceed forward to the next question. So let's say the question is, can you work full time? And then if yes, then go to question 2. If no, then close form. So this is basically what the whole conditional logic form looks like. And then you can pretty much add 8 of these. Of course, don't make every single one of them conditional logic. Have like 2 to 3 of them max, which is a dead-on requirement for you. Can you work full-time? Okay, yes. Certain cases, I will also even put in kind of like the offer in this. So for example, if I'm hiring a certain position, I'll just type like what we're paying for them. If they don't like it, then of course they can leave. So I'm giving them that optionality and respecting their time as well. Like, this is the offer. If you don't like it, you can just close out the form. So whatever the requirements are, you can just put it into a conditional logic format and then just move forward from there. I also like to add in some open-ended questions, so we can pretty much ask them some questions and they can give us some feedback on that specific, maybe like, again, it depends on the position. So if it's a very complex position, you can pretty much ask some open-ended questions on how would they solve perhaps like a specific problem. So that is something you can pretty much add on here too. So that is pretty much on the Facebook form conditional logic side. So let's say what happens after they actually submit the form. So once they submit the form, this is not where the story ends. Once they submit the form, they have a requirement they still need to do. They have to send you a message. And this could be on your personal phone, on your CRM phone, however you want to set this up, that's fine. I have a secondary phone, which is basically for like, this is a WhatsApp connected to this, so they can pretty much message on this WhatsApp all day long. And my assistants will pretty much take care of it. So they can send you a message on WhatsApp. And they have to send you a keyword. So what I like to say is like, hey, your form is please complete your form. So I tell them the next step, because there's always an end screen as soon as you submit a form. So on this end screen, they can pretty much see more information, and there's a button over here that they can click on. And on this button, I pretty much have my WhatsApp linked, because there's a way where you can go to Google and just type in like WhatsApp phone number to link, and whatever the first 2 links are, just click on those, put your phone number in there, it'll convert it into a link, and then you can take that link and put it into that button. It's that simple. And if you have any troubles doing that, just leave it into the comments, and I'll pretty much kind of like take care of it, or you can just email me directly. Okay, anyways. So as soon as they click on the button, the WhatsApp is going to open. And on this text form, I basically give them instructions like, hey, so we've received your form, but to actually complete it, please click on this WhatsApp button. And if you don't have WhatsApp, if it's a US-based position, they can just text you on iMessage or Messages, because the phone number is pretty much, I put the phone number over here anyways. So all they have to do is pretty much, and most of the people do have WhatsApp. There's very few people who don't have WhatsApp, but this is mainly a United States thing. So I pretty much give them the instructions like, hey, please text this keyword finished on WhatsApp. So as soon as they click on, and this could be, let's say you have like, and this is useful, especially when you have multiple hiring campaigns running. So one keyword could be finished, one keyword could be, I don't know, like manager, one keyword could be like, it depends. This is completely up to you, whatever keyword you want to use to make sure you're organizing all of your applicants. So as soon as they send me the finished message, we get, of course, a notification on WhatsApp. Get a notification onto WhatsApp, and then from there, it's pretty straightforward. Like you just basically talk to them, you ask for like their, like portfolio or whatever it is that you want, and then from there you pretty much take it forward. So notification on WhatsApp, and then if this is a step you also want automated, another thing you can do is use 2Chat. And if you already have WhatsApp, you can sign up with 2Chat, because the 2Chat is where you can actually make automations. So like literally in 2Chats, you can say something like, if message, butchered the spelling, received was finished, send, and this is kind of like a pre-made message that you've typed over here, gets sent to them. So this gets useful, especially because if you're having a lot of these, because in every single one of the steps, you'll have to realize that people drop off. And that is a good thing, because we only want the serious applicants in the first place. So maybe like some people will, of course, drop off into the form format. Like some people will like, okay, I'm not either qualified, or I just cannot be asked to like fill all of this form. Like I can't be bothered to fill this form. So though we were immediately getting some of the lazy people out. Some people will drop off on the WhatsApp one, because they're like, oh, I've already filled out the form. I don't have to do this WhatsApp thing again. If they're interested, they're going to contact me. So some people come to you with an ego, like, hey, like they should contact me, which is fine. But if they're dropping off here, we're never going to reach out to them. If they're only submitting the form and they're not going to the WhatsApp, we're never going to reach out to them. And then also some people, if they get over here, that means they're super serious. They're serious. The only drop off you might have over here is like people just like sometimes don't respond. But there's a very small percentage of people who won't respond, because the majority of them, like they're serious. They've come to you at this point. They've sent you a message. Now they're talking to like the 2Chat automation as well. They're not actually talking to it. It's just the automation that comes in, and then you can automate it to a point where like they're just sending you the information and just reviewing that initial information. So now this way, instead of you going into ZipRecruiter, Indeed, LinkedIn, and checking all of these different platforms, you can just log into like your WhatsApp and check the messages you have. That's literally it. Another thing you can do if you want to kind of like to save their information and to save their questions over here is pretty much use Zapier to automate this into like a Google Sheets with their phone number, email, because everything is going to be pretty much matching. So for example, let's say if you want to match somebody by their phone number or email, you can pretty much take that phone number that you got on WhatsApp, go to the Google Sheet, match it, and you can pretty much review their form over there. So you can do this on Google Sheets too. I personally do it on Airtable, because Airtable is something that we use. So you can do this on pretty much like Google Sheets as well. So this is where Zapier comes in place. Pretty much kind of like to organize everything. And you'll have this catalog of people who have pretty much applied. It's all warm people. So let's say if at any given point you have an emergency hire you need to make, you can pretty much open up this log and start making calls. That's how you can do it. And then alternatively, you can just go to your WhatsApp and just start creating a bench over there too. And then from there, what I like to do is like I have my assistant pretty much kind of like talk to these people, talk to all of the qualified applicants. And then for the ones that she thinks are kind of like the most qualified, let's say we've received like 50 applicants in like the last week. She'll put like 5 onto my calendar to meet. I'll have like a separate calendar link using Calendly. You can use any calendar link, honestly, if you want. And this is where like every Saturday, Saturdays I like to do Saturdays is the day where I like to do interviews. That's where I'll just sit down and I'll just talk to these applicants and just kind of like go from there. And this happens with pretty much every single position we do. And this is how you can pretty much kind of like automate the whole hiring process instead of you going through one by one in ZipRecruiter, Indeed, LinkedIn, and it's just people filling out forms for fun. LinkedIn is literally LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, they all have like this one touch apply. Like, well, this doesn't help you, does it? Because if everyone's just one touch applying, then you don't know who's actually serious or not, because these people are just forgetting what position it was, what company it was, and it just kind of like turns you off as well as a business owner. You're like, why should I even talk to this person in the first place? So using this exact formula that I have over here, creating an image over here, let me highlight this for you as well so it makes it a little more intuitive to watch. Okay, over here. So you have your, that was extremely bold. Apologies for that. Let me just use yellow. So you have your Facebook form over here. You're going to create a, sorry, let's start with that. So you have your ad over here and you have your Facebook form. They're going to click on submit a form. And then you'll get notified on WhatsApp. And then if you choose, this is optional, of course. I'll have optional in green. Maybe this 2Chat is optional. And also the Zapier stuff is optional, but I do highly recommend you do the Zapier stuff so you can pretty much create a catalog of this, because you might be thinking like, I can just download the leads at one point whenever I need to, but the leads, like, they have an expiration date. They will expire. Facebook will remove them automatically. So let's say you want to view that lead list 2 months from now, you can pretty much go back into it. And yes, those people will still perhaps be interested if you have a good enough offer for them to work with you. So yeah, that is pretty much it. And then after that, you can pretty much have them into your calendar link by having a calendar. So from your Facebook image or video to a Facebook form, then they submit a form that they notify you on WhatsApp, and then basically send them a calendar link to meet with them. Now, one thing you might be asking, Arib, is like, where does the landing page come in place? And this is the thing I'm also doing is, so let's say if it's a more complex position, sometimes a video even by itself is not enough. Or even if it's not a complicated position and you're just getting like a very low quality hires, you need to add more friction, or you need to just put more information in place. Because the more information you have and kind of like the right amount of friction you have, you get better quality applicants just by using the formula of paid ads as well for getting clients. Same thing happens with an actual hiring process as well. So in this case, the formula would pretty much change to like, okay, you have a video, and then this basically takes them to a, let's say, Facebook form, or even in some cases, we can change this and they could just go to a landing page. And on this landing page, you have another, let's say, 3 to 8 minute video where you in depth talk about this position and who you're specifically looking for. And the good quality applicants, they will always watch this video. And then you have to make it a requirement that they have to watch this video. You can basically say that in this hook, and you can also add text at the top, like you have to watch this video, because if you don't, like the call would not be taken or it would be canceled. So you'll get a higher percentage of people watching this video, because of course they're applying for a job, they want to know more and they want to work with you. So they will do whatever they can, especially the serious ones. So make sure to watch the video and come apply with you. And then instead of a button or anything, you'll have kind of like a Typeform link over here, or like another form link. So any you could use Airtable, you could use Google Forms, whatever you want. I like to use Typeform because like the stats and everything, it's a very intuitive platform to use. And on this Typeform, you're basically gonna do the same thing you did over here. You're gonna have the conditional logic forms, you're gonna have 3 data questions, and then from there, you pretty much do the exact same thing from before WhatsApp. But the only difference over here is, of course, you'll have lower applicants. Lower, I mean, you might have, instead of 50, you might have like 30 or 25. And then from there, you can pretty much, like look at Typeform, talk to these people individually. And then you'll notice that you'll have just like way better conversations as well, because these people understand the process better. And then you're just talking about the logistics and how to proceed forward rather than what you guys do in about your company. This is something I'm going to be implementing for pretty much all of my funnels. So the thing I will be doing personally is I will have a video, then it will go to a Facebook form, because I still want to make sure that it is trackable by Facebook with conditional logic. And then I will show them a video on the actual page. And then from there, I'm just going to send them to my WhatsApp. This is pretty much it. Or in my current format, I can also have my assistant send them the video. So on WhatsApp, they can actually watch it and just figure out by themselves if this is a good for them or not. So this is something you can, of course, piece around, but the whole premise of having another landing page and a video is to make sure that you're getting better quality applicants. So on this landing page, you will have, of course, a video, and then you can also have some text formats on, okay, who we are, what we do, because this is something you're going to be pretty much using again and again. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. If this is something you want implemented for your business as well, just hit me up. We usually do a lot of paid advertising and also content, short form content for service-based business owners. But I do get this topic a lot as well from people time to time, like, hey, Reap, I want to make sure I have a recruitment funnel. So this is something we pretty much build from start to finish to make sure that you guys are getting better recruitment leads. And of course, on the behind the scenes, we also build a brand for people when it comes to short form content, from all the way from scripting, recording, editing, and publishing. So yeah, if this is something you're interested in, there's a Calendly link right in the description. Just click on it, book a call with me, and then we can pretty much take it from there. And if you did find value from this, please make sure to hit the like button, because other people who are pretty much interested in this topic will find this video with the help of your like button. And of course, subscribe for more content just like this. I'll see you next time.